Hello everybody, Fran here, RamsdenEliteFitness.com, RamsdenEliteFitness.com. I want to take the time here to show some behind the scenes footage of our movement mastery assessment from our physical location, REF Fitness Station. Now, the athlete scene, the fitness scene right now, I understand the emphasis is really put on group work. Everybody's trying to pack them in like sardines. 10 kids, 15 kids, 20 kids, 50 kids. I've seen 75 kids in one, exercise class before. That's the rage nowadays because from a business model perspective, it gets the hourly rate up. And that's fine. People want to focus on that. At the fitness station, we're focused on results. So this movement mastery assessment is going to provide some unique information to both the athlete or the individual who takes the test, as well as the fitness professionals who will be instructing the athlete moving forward and being able to create their workout programming and nutritional programming from scratch. So this will be the overhead squat test. This is just one of a few tests that we run as part of this movement mastery assessment. And the whole concept of movement mastery, there's no weight involved. Everything's looking at body motor mechanics, looking at basic things like hip hinging, squatting techniques, flexibility. And what we're going to be looking for in this test, as the individual descends into a squat, we're going to look at two angles and two lines, from the ankle up to the knee, and the other one will be from the shoulder to the fingertips. And what we're looking for is two parallel lines, just like this drawing, okay, as they descend. This test is going to monitor core strength and their posture, as well as shoulder flexibility. As they descend, the torso will start moving forward, tilting forward. The shoulders then need to remain in a similar position to as they currently start. And if your shoulders are tight, you're not going to have that flexibility and your arms will fall forward. So we're going to go ahead and analyze this individual, and as they descend, see if we're able to pick up any of these tells. And prior to this test, obviously, we are giving them instructions as to how to perform it properly. We're not just letting them go to town on it right away. And the instructions in terms of the shoulders, we tell them with your biceps, we essentially want you to cover your ears, right? Throughout the entire motion, we want your arms to remain at this level so that your ears remain covered. The lower portion is essentially just hitting into a squat position. Now, as this individual moves forward, we're already starting to see right about here or so, the ears are starting to become uncovered. Okay, torso's tilting forward instead of being upright. The shoulders are essentially staying at the same angle and falling in line with the torso. If we stop it here, again, we now have a completely uncovered ear. We are seeing cheekbone. And if you start to, if you wanted to draw some lines from this position, this isn't even the bottom of the test. We've got ankle to knee, essentially like that. And we've got shoulder to fingertips. We can already see they're on an intersecting course, and what we want is that parallel action. So even at this point, which is earlier on in the movement, we're already having some shoulder flexibility problems. But as the athlete fully lowers into the final position, we see these arms have a drastic fall forward here at the very end. And essentially now, oops, that is the wrong one. They are essentially now parallel with the floor, right? And so what we do now on the back end at the fitness station is we would analyze this with the athlete and then ask them some questions. And the first thing I asked him is, hey, do you have shoulder problems? Any injuries or flexibility issues up top? And he says, yes, he did. It was at this point that he divulged that he does have some shoulder flexibility issues. He's a football athlete at the college level, so oftentimes these guys are training and playing in shoulder pads. There is some mobility restriction from a mechanical standpoint of having to wear their shoulder pads. I played football. You just, at least the ones that I used to wear, you couldn't put your arms essentially straight up in the air. So if you think about even something like that, which is a minor detail, but if you're training a majority of the year in shoulder pads and doing athletic movements, There can be a mechanical restriction there. But then again, we also analyze some of his past training and technique that was taught to him by the professionals, or just how he does on his own. And there's room for improvements there, as we see. Everything else is fairly good. Look, even the torso. If you look at the torso, God damn, I keep drawing this damn square. If you look at, again, this angle here and the torso angle, that's pretty parallel. You would just like it to have the shoulders then fall in line with the torso instead of having this split here. So what does this mean on the back end? Shoulder flexibility can be improved, and we would work on that. We would create their programming from scratch. So when this individual comes in for their workout, for strength days, especially for upper body, we're taking that into account. And then when we go ahead and retest this overhead squat, we're looking for improvement here. And it's not going to be that the first time we retest it, it's going to be completely parallel, everything's fixed, everything looks good to go. Any sort of improvement from this angle is a win in our books. And this movement mastery assessment, again, is just the first step to working with us at the fitness station. We require every single individual that comes in to take this assessment. It's a half hour, and in order for us on the back end of things to create programming from scratch, it's really aimed at fixing and maximizing efficiency, and we're not just kind of going in with generic workouts. Okay, today's bench press day. Oh, today's squat deadlift day. There's actually purpose behind the programs that we are creating, and this is just one example of a small piece of our movement mastery testing.